Have you ever wondered why the same room treats two people completely differently? One person walks in, barely says a word, and instantly earns respect. Heads turn. People listen. Their opinion carries weight. The other tries to be funny, helpful, agreeable, even impressive, but somehow gets overlooked. Why does that happen? Here's the surprising truth. Respect isn't something you chase. It's something you project. The moment you stop seeking everyone's approval, people begin seeing you differently. The moment you stop proving your worth, your value becomes harder to ignore. This isn't about being rich, attractive, loud, or popular. It's about mastering one psychological shift that quietly changes the way people see you. And even more importantly, the way you see yourself. Most people spend their entire lives trying to be liked. Very few learn how to be respected. And that single difference changes friendships, careers, relationships, opportunities, and even the amount of confidence you feel every single day. In today's video, you'll discover the powerful habit that mentally strong people use without even realizing it. Once you understand it, you'll never look at confidence, influence, or respect the same way again. So don't skip ahead, because the final lesson is the one almost everyone ignores. Yet it's the exact reason some people naturally command respect wherever they go, while others continue fighting for attention. If you're ready to become the kind of person people admire instead of overlook, stay with me, because what you're about to learn could completely change the way the world responds to you. Think about how often you explain yourself without anyone asking. I can't make it because I'm really sorry, but I only did that because I didn't want anyone to be upset. At first, it sounds polite, but beneath those extra words is a hidden message. Please approve of my decision. Confident people don't feel the need to justify every choice they make. They understand that being respectful doesn't mean asking for permission to live their lives. Picture two people turning down the same invitation. The first calmly says, "I won't be able to make it. Thanks for inviting me." The second launches into a 5-minute explanation, listing every reason, every excuse, and every apology, hoping the other person won't judge them. Who sounds more secure? The answer is obvious. People trust those who trust themselves. This doesn't mean becoming cold, arrogant, or inconsiderate. It means speaking with clarity instead of insecurity. It means realizing that no is a complete sentence when it's delivered with kindness and confidence. Here's something most people never notice. Every unnecessary explanation gives away a little of your authority. It tells others you're asking for validation instead of standing by your decision. The strongest people don't waste energy convincing everyone they're right. They know their actions speak louder than endless justifications. The next time you make a decision, resist the urge to over-explain. Say what you mean. Be respectful. Then let your words stand on their own. Because the moment you stop chasing approval, your confidence becomes impossible to ignore. And that's when people begin treating you with a whole new level of respect. Now let's talk about one of the most underestimated forms of confidence: silence. Most people are afraid of it. The moment a conversation goes quiet, they feel pressure to fill the space. They start talking faster, explaining more than necessary, sharing personal details nobody asked for, or apologizing just to break the awkwardness. But here's what truly confident people understand. Silence isn't empty. It's powerful. It's the space where confidence becomes visible. Think about the people you admire most. Great leaders, skilled negotiators, and emotionally intelligent individuals rarely rush their words. They don't feel the need to speak first or speak the most. Instead, they listen. They observe. And when they finally speak, People pay attention because every word has purpose. Now imagine someone asks you a challenging question. Instead of blurting out the first thing that comes to mind, take a breath. Pause. Think. Then answer with intention. That brief moment may only last a few seconds, but it completely changes the way people see you. It signals that you're thoughtful, composed, and in control of your emotions rather than controlled by them. People often mistake constant talking for confidence. In reality, it usually reveals nervousness. True confidence doesn't need to prove itself through endless words. It communicates through calmness, patience, and self-control. The next time you're in a conversation, don't be afraid of a little silence. Let the moment breathe. Make eye contact. Stay relaxed. You'll be surprised how quickly the energy in the room shifts, because the people who carry the greatest presence aren't always the loudest. They're the ones who know exactly when to speak and when silence says everything that words never could. Here's a truth that can completely change the way you think about relationships. If your goal is to make everyone like you, you'll eventually lose the one person's respect that matters most, your own. Too many people spend their lives saying yes when they want to say no. They agree to plans they don't enjoy, take on responsibilities they don't have time for, and hide their real opinions just to avoid disappointing someone else. At first, it feels like kindness, but over time, it becomes people-pleasing. And people-pleasing comes with a hidden cost. Every time you ignore your own needs to earn someone else's approval, you send yourself a powerful message. Their happiness matters more than mine. The people who accomplish extraordinary things understand this better than anyone. They know they can't say yes to every invitation, every request, or every opinion. They protect their time because they know it's limited. They protect their energy because it's valuable. And they protect their priorities because that's where their future is built. Will some people be disappointed? Absolutely. But disappointment is not the same as disrespect. In fact, people often respect those who have healthy boundaries far more than those who are always available. Think about the people you admire most. Chances are, they aren't trying to impress everyone they meet. They're focused on living according to their values, even when it isn't popular. That's what makes them stand out. The moment you stop chasing approval, something unexpected happens. You stop pretending. You become more authentic. Your confidence feels real instead of performed. And people begin valuing your time, your attention, and your presence because they recognize that you value them first. Remember this. Popularity comes from pleasing everyone. Respect comes from staying true to yourself. And the people who matter most will never expect you to sacrifice your identity just to earn their approval. Now, we come to the habit that changes everything. Keep the promises you make to yourself. It sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful ways to build unshakable confidence. If you decide to wake up early, do it. If you commit to working out, show up. If you set a boundary, honor it. Every time you follow through, you prove to yourself that your word has value. Why does this matter? Because confidence isn't built by motivational quotes or positive thinking. It's built through action. Every broken promise quietly tells your mind, I can't rely on myself. But every promise you keep sends the opposite message. I do what I say I'm going to do. Those small victories add up. They create discipline. They build self-respect. And over time, they become the foundation of real confidence. When you trust yourself, you stop second-guessing every decision. You walk differently. You speak differently. You carry yourself with certainty. And here's the amazing part. When people see that you believe in yourself, they naturally begin believing in you too. Real confidence doesn't come from convincing others. It comes from becoming someone who never breaks their own word. So what happens when you start living this way? Everything begins to change. You stop chasing people who don't value you. You stop trying to prove your worth in every conversation. You stop seeking validation from everyone around you. And something remarkable happens. People notice. Your words carry more weight because you no longer waste them trying to impress others. Your presence feels stronger because it's grounded in confidence, not insecurity. Even your opinions command more respect because they're expressed with calm conviction instead of fear. The truth is, you didn't become a different person. You simply stopped behaving like someone who needed constant approval. That's the difference. The world responds differently when you stop asking for permission to be yourself. Remember, respect is an inside job. The confidence you build within yourself eventually becomes visible to everyone around you. When you value your time, your boundaries, and your own voice, other people naturally begin doing the same. Because the way people treat you often reflects the standard you've already set for yourself. Before you leave, I want to give you a simple challenge that could change the way you see yourself. For the next 24 hours, stop over-explaining your decisions. Speak with confidence. Protect your time. Respect your boundaries. And most importantly, keep one promise you make to yourself, no matter how small it is. Then pay attention. Notice how your conversations begin to feel different. Notice how people respond when you stop seeking approval. But above all, notice the biggest change of all, the way you begin to see yourself. Because real confidence doesn't appear overnight. It's built one decision, one boundary, and one kept promise at a time. If this video gave you a new perspective, take a second to hit the like button and subscribe for more psychology, confidence, and self-improvement videos designed to help you become the strongest version of yourself. And I have one question for you. What's the one promise you're going to keep to yourself today? Let me know in the comments by writing, "I choose self-respect." That simple sentence isn't just a comment. It's a commitment to valuing yourself, trusting yourself, and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Thank you for watching, and remember this. The way the world treats you often begins with the way you choose to treat yourself. So raise your standards, trust your decisions, and never forget. The respect you're looking for starts the moment you stop asking permission to be who you truly are.